Hello, Holliston. Welcome to Just Thinking. My name is John Cronin. Today we're going to be interviewing members of the Celebrate Holliston team that are bringing a wonderful event again this year to our community. Joining me are Gina Stucchi and Martin Spellacy. Gina is a current president of Celebrate Holliston, and Martin's in charge of the parade and sponsorships and some other attached elements that are critical to pulling this off. So hello, both of you.
Hi.
Thanks for joining.
Pleasure.
So as many folks in Holliston know, we've been the beneficiary for many years of a wonderful annual event, usually held around this time of year, that brings us all together and celebrates our common community needs and fellowship. It's a lot of fun for every level of the family. So what we thought we'd do tonight was promote this upcoming event, give viewers a chance to learn a little bit about this year's event, a little bit of its history, and some details, because there's some changes, aren't there, Gina?
There are.
So I thought we'd start off by giving a general announcement about this year's upcoming event, the date, and all the fun stuff that's associated with it.
Okay, can I first say that thank you for having us as your first guest
It is.
on Just Thinking.
That's right.
It's an honor.
Yeah.
And okay, so our event is going to be held on September 20th. It is typically held at Goodwill Park, but because of the construction going on there, it would have just been too difficult and kind of rude of us to force our way onto that field. So we came to a decision with Parks and Rec that we're going to have it at Damigella Field, which is in between the middle school and Placentino. It's a diamond. It's a baseball diamond there with quite a substantial space for the field, almost equal to pretty much the same square footage as...
It's just that field. It's not Adams.
No, it's
Softball field.
yeah, it's the one in the front.
That's Damigella.
That's
Yeah.
Damigella, okay.
Yeah.
You're asking the tough questions already, John.
Yeah.
The one in the back, we're not using that as far as I know. We might use it for stuff, but not for people to walk on. Rain date is the 27th of September.
Okay.
And it's not going to rain, so we don't really need to talk about that. It's going to be sunny and 70.
That's right.
The parade starts at 9 o'clock, which Martin will talk about in a little bit, because that's going to be a whole different scenario. And 10 to 3 is field day. There's so much parking. This is so nice, because as all of us know, trying to park when it's Green Street, it can be really difficult. So there's a ton of parking over at Placentino, which is really going to be helpful. And for the vendors, we can use all of the Rams parking lot too. So we'll be able to get everybody close by. I think that's going to be a huge benefit this year for us. So
Excellent. Well, when we get into the parade, just one of the things that brings to mind, there are people who might be listening who live in the area.
Yes.
And they're not used to this kind of thing. So you might want to think about telling them what time roads might be impacted around the area and so forth.
will.
So if we want to get into that at this time, the parade's a big part of it. It kicks off the event. You want to talk about that, Martin?
Sure. And the parade is important because it brings attention to the actual event. And we actually had a discussion about maybe not doing the parade because of the change in venue.
Yeah.
And therefore we had to change the route.
Right.
Traditionally, the parade would start at the Rams parking lot. We'd march up Central Street to the park. Pretty straightforward. It was easy to assemble all the participants, and we could head right up the street.
Yep.
This year offered a change, and part of our challenge was finding a route that could work to accommodate all the participants, as well as not causing a lot of disruption within the community on a Saturday morning. Okay. So we sat with the chief because it's really a public safety issue, number one. And right now we're still working the details, but as of now we're probably going to start somewhere around Holliston Mills, I think, that area on the back end of Blair Square. We're going to consolidate the marchers there. And for our bigger vehicles, we're probably going to use the parking lot of the current DPW. And as the parade kicks off at around 9 o'clock, they'll converge at the corner of Blair Square and march straight down to the site.
Okay.
A little shorter.
Right.
But really nothing else really worked for us in terms of accommodating all those vehicles and parade participants.
So again, if you're in the Mudville area, just be advised, a lot of activity.
Well,
Morning of, night of?
The morning of is usually the big part. The roads really don't close down until we kick off, which is 9 o'clock. Sure. This ensures that the people doing their morning routine won't be too much affected. And then once we start the parade, the police will escort us out as we move the parade through Blair Square, across Central Street. They'll shut the roads down accordingly, And as soon as that last unit moves through, they'll open it up and keep the traffic going.
You said you're still working out the details. What can people expect from the parade? Local only, some outside folks?
We have, principally it's local organizations. It's the Girl Scouts, Boy Scouts, a lot of the vendors who we'll talk about here will have floats in the parades. We have the bands from the high school and from Rams as well. But we do have some outside groups who are still trying to consolidate all that because of the change in the venue to make sure they're locked in. But yeah, it's a Holliston-centric day. We want to make it regional in perspective and bring other people in.
That's exciting. Great parade. Been in it and watched it for years, so I'm looking forward to it. That's good news. And I agree with you. It won't rain. There's none of that.
None of it.
So
None of it.
let's
75, sunny, crisp.
This event, Gina, obviously anything that involves Celebrate Holliston is almost purely volunteer. A lot of people involved. Do you want to talk a little bit about the efforts to get us to this every year, and including this year? What's involved?
Sure. So I've been, I think I'm going to say this is my 10th year on the board, but I haven't been involved in the planning of it per se. Like I do a lot of the social media and things like that. So this year I'm realizing just how much goes into it because of all the permits and all of the, it's a lot of work. And some of these volunteers have been doing this for 20 plus years. Peter Barberi actually has been with us since 1991. So this was he retired this year, but he's still a little bit involved.
He'll never retire.
Yeah, I know. So we've been lucky that the people that started it and really pioneered some of the development of this have been with us for a really long time. That being said, it takes about 60 other volunteers outside of that on the day.
You started planning this months ago too, right?
Yes. So we have like a sign-up sheet, a sign-up genius on our site that we just posted, I think, today. And you get a free T-shirt. Everybody loves to collect the free T-shirts with all the different logos. Deb Mark, our graphic designer, does an amazing job every year. She also is the original logo designer. So again, people stick with us because it's so much fun. And Martin actually just started last year. He got involved when we did the 300th parade. So he is like one of our newer board members.
I remember the parade. I was in this.
Yes,
You did a phenomenal job.
Thank you.
He did. It was outstanding.
It was once every 50-year kind of thing, and there was a lot involved.
Well, the success really was, and we were part of it. We were part of a great team, not just our group, but we had those volunteers. I just want to reemphasize, helping us organize over 100 different units, and
It was wild.
You were there, keeping the traffic focused, getting the folks to get down the road. But it was great.
Done.
It was
Thank you.
great.
That
Realistically, though, our planning, we don't have a lot of meetings. It's kind of a well-oiled machine, but we maybe only have from beginning to end before the event 5 or 6 meetings tops. And they're an hour and a half long where people can come and the board members are all there and everything, and we just hash out all the different areas. And so.
Like you said, it's been going on a while.
It's been going on a little bit,
So why don't we talk a little bit about, for folks that might be new to town or not overly familiar with this event, where did it start? What is it about?
I'm going to pull out my trusty notes on this one because when it started, I think I was like just a wee child. So it did start in 1991. As a nonprofit, our mission is to promote civic pride and preserve a unique character of Holliston, which I like how they wrote that. It was launched initially by Mary Greendale, who, as we know, comes up with all the good ideas in town, and people just organize around them.
True.
They were trying to inject renewed energy and joy into the town. There was a desire to reconnect some neighbors and celebrate the community spirit. And then over the years, it's grown. We do the Citizen of the Year. We do the parade, which at the beginning, it was just the event. It's a parade. It's a field day, Citizen of the Year. We recently started the holiday stroll last year. We took that, which had kind of died down from the HBA. So we have that again this year. And then, of course, the idea was that we would be doing the 300th, the big 300th event. Yeah, that was the big goal of it, was to be collecting funds putting some of those funds to community needs. We paid for some of the lights and the electricity at Damagella, which is kind of funny because now it's coming full circle on that, the pavilion. We've done a lot of community projects, but in that we've been able to save a lot of money, which we used almost all of it last year. Yeah.
Right.
So
Well, last year
that was the
you
goal.
supersized it.
Yeah,
I mean, it was for
we're
purpose,
talking.
and,
Yeah,
it was well worth it for sure.
yeah, that was a great. It was a great. Yeah.
You touched on money.
Yes.
How much taxpayer dollars go into this event?
Right, wouldn't that be nice? Wouldn't that be great? Yes, my salary is nobody's paid. We don't have taxpayer dollars that go into it. It is
Right.
100% funded by people getting booths, by our chili, which this year we're not having at Celebrate Holliston. We're going to move it to the stroll just because of electricity needs. The chili, the food tent, the inflatables. This year we have inflatables. Sometimes we do, sometimes we don't. But the big source of our money is from sponsors, which we have some that have been our sponsors since as far as I can remember.
Right.
There's many, and that is probably like 70% of our income comes from our sponsors, and then secondary is the booths. It's a small booth fee.
And so it funds itself, and you usually have some money left over. It goes into the next year, and it hopefully has a perpetual life cycle of giving back to the community, and certainly with the sponsors
Yes.
that I know you're hard working at. Did you want to talk a little bit about them, Martin?
Sure. Well, to reiterate, we can't do anything without the help of our sponsors. While we do volunteer, we freely give our time. A lot of the resources that we need have to be funded, and that's what we reach out to our sponsors for. So we set up 4 brackets, like most fundraisers, a platinum, gold, silver, and bronze. Each represents a certain amount of contribution to the organization, and with that, you'll have some kind of representation at the event, whether on a sign or a poster. So let me plug for the website. If you go to Celebrate Holliston, there's a link there that you can sign up. And it's not just limited to these. There's other ways you can contribute to our organization as well and put money to allow us to do these things as we go down. So like just for example, some of our platinum sponsors, Authentic, Cronin, Hometown. If I mispronounce the names, you'll help me.
No, you're doing a great job.
Susie.
I think it's Suzette. That's a new one this year.
That's the new one.
HVAC, yes.
Lamont.
Yep, Lamont Plumbing.
Gold BDR. Is that?
That's Tink's Magical Vacations.
Tink's, yeah.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Silver Green Plumbing, Westland Gate Capital, Bright Insurance, Fatima Shrine,
Yeah,
and
Fatima
Stumpy's. Plus, there's a whole list of people that individually have provided money, $50, $100, and everything helps. And the fact that they care enough about what we're doing to give even $50 means a lot to us.
So if folks wanted to do that, you're saying they can do it through the website?
So go to Celebrate Holliston. You'll see the link right there. It brings you right to the website. It lays out all the options or different ways that you can contribute. It's very user-friendly. You click, provides a means to pay for it. We then get alerted that you were nice enough to contribute. We send an email thanking you for doing that. And then with certain sponsorships, you can actually get a booth. So some of these vendors, which we encourage, because part of what we're doing is to show up what we have here in Holliston for our businesses and our community. So they'll have a booth there if they'd like, and they can set up and exhibit what they have for products. So so I encourage everyone you should get on Celebrate Holliston anyways, because then you can see all the events that we have coming, so you can plug them into your calendar, and then different ways that you can volunteer, and if you can provide some of the funding that we use.
Is there, you just touched on something, is there any expression of exactly what people can expect on Celebrate Holliston for activities, games, events, demonstrations, things like that? Do you want to talk a little bit about what it offers that day?
Many
of us know because
right.
we've been,
I'm like, oh, you're putting me on the spot with that one. No, so like I had said before, we have the inflatables back this year. We're doing 4 big inflatables, which is good for the kids. We have a big kids area with all these free crafts things. I mean, I always talk about the kids stuff first because that's what's going to give the parents time to do just to walk around. We have it's a food area this year. So typically what we used to do in forever, I think, is the food booth, the food tent, which was on the side of the pavilion at Goodwill, where you'd get, Chris from Super Ed, of course, with his burgers, his dogs, a bunch of volunteers. So this year, because we're just going to try something new. So it's actually, we just came up with a name today. Our graphic designer, Deb Mark again, Holly Rock Cafe will be this section of food vendors. They are local vendors, so like Outpost Farm and I guess Super Ed, of course, and Coffee Haven, and there's a taco truck, and Cara Cara, and TC Scoops, and I'm forgetting a couple, and I feel bad, and I'm sorry.
No, it's good.
But it'll be like a nice group of different food options for people, because people come out for food. I go for food. That's why I go places. And besides that, our vendors do a lot of really cute things at their booths. You know, they'll have games where you can win. There's a pie where they throw pies at the cheerleader. All that stuff. I don't know if there's a dunk tank this year. I don't think we have one yet this year, but I don't know.
Are you volunteering?
Yeah, I was going to say it could be like dunk one of the HCAP people.
My dunk tank days. behind
You
me.
know, like free cotton candy, you know, bake sales, because there are a lot of nonprofit booths and school sports like booths and things like that where the kids are doing some type of fundraising, but usually there's a trinket involved or a bake, you know, you're getting something for your money.
You said the parade starts at 9?
Yes.
And what time do the events and activities at the field get underway, and what time do they end?
So the parade will take about an hour. And so that usually when they get there around 10 o'clock, we'll kick off the events in the field. And I think 3 o'clock. No, and I know we went back and forth. So 3 o'clock we tend to start to wrap up before it gets too dark. And it gives us time to kind of clean up.
I forgot about Citizen of the Year. How did I forget that one?
Yeah.
So Citizen of the Year is the first thing. The Citizens of the Year get to go first in the parade. Right. So they come and we do honor them right away at the beginning of
It's a little
the event.
stage.
Yes. Yeah.
And one of the review stand will be set up somewhere along the street as the units come by in order to be announced as they come into the area. A lot of the kind of get in the weeds here, but some of the bigger trucks will continue on who are not actually going to be there. They'll just continue to move on and go
Because
back
Woodland Street will be open.
Well,
I heard that.
That's the planning assumption we're getting. It's going to be open, so they'll drive by if they can.
What a
stay.
day.
That's something to celebrate.
Yeah, it literally celebrate Holliston. We should add that. Yeah.
This event, obviously, we talked about your sponsors and the people that have worked for months to pull this off. A little bit about the volunteers. Are you looking for volunteers day of? And if you do, again, best place to sign up is
Celebrate Holliston.
Celebrate
Go to the
Holliston.
website.
okay.
Yeah.
And you could use more help.
We could. We just put that sign up out. We have, I think, 120 volunteers from the past few years that I run the sign-ups, and so I have all these 120 unique emails of people who have signed up over the last 4 years since I've been doing it this way, which is awesome if you think about it. You know, many of them come year after year. They want to do the same job after that. It's a routine. They love it. It's a 2-hour. Most of the shifts are 2 hours, or I think all of them are 2 hours or less. So it's not a huge commitment. But you get to see all your neighbors, you get to see all your all that. But we do need volunteers. We need some new people to run some new areas, like with the inflatables. We need to be keeping an eye on the kids, obviously, things like that, and with the food court. And so we have some large volunteer needs, I think 50 spots.
Wow.
And we fill them. We usually fill them, but we beg. I mean, I beg, you know. I make threats, you know.
Yeah,
I mean, I am, you know, if I cry, I cry, you know.
Now, that's the day of event. Does Celebrate Holliston need members going forward? You mentioned the holiday
the
stroll.
board. Yes,
So when you
so
sign
that's
up,
a new
you can
one.
be a volunteer for the day of, or can you join? How does
You
that
can
work?
so you can become just a member. Anybody can come to our meetings. We are actually looking. We have 2 or 3 board positions that I think we have a board of 15 typically. So a couple people did leave after the 300th, as that was their goal to begin with, for the whole goal, right? Yeah. So a few people did leave since the 300th, but they're still volunteering. Sure. And we do need a couple more board members, but you don't have to be on the board. Like, some people just come to the meetings and they help out with different committees. I think we have, I'm not going to run down these, but at least 20 committees of different things, like sponsored kids activities. Citizen of the Year has a whole committee. The booths, you know, the field layout. I mean, there's facilities. There's a lot of stuff. And then, of course, all the marketing. So we would love for more people to get involved with the membership.
Keep the energy of volunteerism going. Brings new ideas in.
It really does.
Well, and And kind of like we saw with the 300th parade, having a lot of people involved helped us identify challenges we'd have with putting these events together.
Yeah.
So that we can address them ahead of time. So the more people we have involved in the planning helps us to provide a better product, I think. And it just has a natural energy to help us do a better job, but also to promote what we're doing.
Yeah. This is great. As we start to wind up, Gina, I cast it to you. I mean, it's a great place to live. It's a great place to raise a family, enjoy friends and community most of all. What is it about Celebrate Holliston that's different? A lot of communities have town days or lake days and things. What is it? What's different about us?
So this was a question I was pondering. Yeah. There's a reason why people flock to Holliston in general. This community is something special. We take care of our neighbors. It's just a very unique community built, and all around us are all these different communities that just aren't like it. There's just not a lot of these communities left where you can walk downtown and there's all the baskets hanging in front. Just everything about it. But as far as I can remember back, I think Celebrate Holliston was one of the first Celebrate Town events around here. I noticed others started multiple years later, which is awesome, and it's great that all towns should have it. I think we keep our booth costs low so that everybody can be a vendor. Like I said, we give out the free booths to the nonprofits, to the kids. We really make it about celebrating the town and making sure everybody's taken care of. Versus we're not looking to make a high profit. I mean, when we do make a profit, it goes back into things with the town. But generally, we don't raise our prices. We want to keep it, for those types of things. And when you walk around, you see there's sometimes up to 5,000 people that come to this event. This year is going to be 6 because of the parking, I'm telling you.
Very exciting.
But yeah, I think it's just the feel of Holliston's a completely different feel than any other town as far as...
I agree with you. There is something special. It's community-centric. It's a very safe event, too. When as a parent, my kids went, I didn't worry about them, It's a pretty safe environment. Lots of people keeping eyes on kids and so forth. So I hope folks turn out. I hope they enjoy the parade and all it brings and the event itself. It's a great take. You will not find yourself walking around without meeting a friend or a neighbor and shaking a hand and saying hello to people. And at the end of the day, that's great. I want to thank both of you, first of all, for being volunteers and pulling this off. It's a lot of personal time. So thank you on behalf of the town. And most of all, I wish you fair skies and a wonderful, carefree day. I hope you get to enjoy it as well. It's a pleasure to see both of you. I'll see you on the 20th. And we encourage people from Holliston to turn out and enjoy the day as well. On behalf of Just Thinking, we want to thank Gina Stucchi and Martin Spellacy for coming in today and giving us a little bit of a hint of what we can expect on September 20th here in Holliston. It'll be a beautiful day. So thanks again. Thank you for joining us this evening, and thank you. We'll talk soon.